Hello and welcome to the channel, and welcome today to Planet Coaster from Frontier. The alpha is finally here. I am pretty excited. I've been playing it I played it mostly yesterday when it released. So then I'm recording it the day after. I'm not quite sure when you'll see this video. I will quickly apologise, there's been a bit of a delay on content on the channel. Lots of things have been going on away from the channel, so things have been put on the back burner. But we're here, we're going to check out Planet Coaster. I'm going to start again because the main thing I'm going to show you today is the modular building, because the alpha, if you don't know, is releasing in phases. So at the minute we're in phase 1, which is basically mostly about paths and basic buildings. There's no coaster yet. There is a way to enable the coaster, but I'm not going to look at it today. So it's just going to be very basic, looking at some of the simple pre-built rides, and then also looking at like the coasters and how you build up your buildings. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to make use. So you have a choice at the minute of some sandbox modes, which are just completely plain maps. There's some that are very, very slightly built, and then there's some that are kind of completed. So what we're going to do is we will jump into one that is pre-built, kind of, but without any rides or anything in it, so then we can sort of work our way around it. But it just makes it a little bit more interesting. So, yeah. Oh, I'm loving this game. In case you couldn't tell, I have been really ill, and I'm still quite ill. So I do apologise if I sound like shit. And, yeah, I try and avoid talking too much. But here we go. Nonetheless, we are in Planet Coaster. So this is the area that you get to build in. And on this particular map, they've pre-built this awesome tree, which is absolutely amazing. So I am quite loving that. So I have every intention of making use of these. But this is what we'll use to build our first part of our park. So we've got our entrance already ready for us. Everyone can come sweeping in here. And then, right, what should we start with? Should we start with some buildings first? We kind of want to roughly plan it, I think. Let's start heading out this way. So as soon as they come away from this tree, the first thing they're going to be greeted with is going to be some shops. So, first thing you want to do is actually lay down the main interaction point with the shop. So what we'll do first is that they've just done that really hefty walk. They might want to go to the toilet. So we'll put down a nice fancy pantsy toilet. So you can just hold down Z. You can adjust things as and how you wish. I'll turn this around so I can see a bit better. This should auto-connect to paths if it can see a clear way of doing so. So I want it sort of like that. There you go. Now this is our sort of building radius, which for now we can turn off because it'll automatically go as we sort of add to it. So let's say we wanted to make it a little bit bigger. So because I've used that, I'll use the white walls. So it's all nice and simple. Now you can put it either side of this, but for now I'll keep it all nicely in line. We won't go too big with this. We'll again keep it fairly standard. I don't want to go crazy. So that would be the walls. Now you could add some extra bits and pieces. So like we could put down, let's say we wanted to put an archway going in. You could do that. And then we could just put that like that. Which again is pretty nice. I mean, we could do some other bits and pieces, but I don't know if I actually want to. I think what I will do is just put that out like that, because it gives me something I can put adverts off afterwards. So we'll go with that for now. Okay, so hopefully you can't hear those dogs barking. The dogs next door have been barking non-stop since about 3 o'clock this morning. And I'm getting a little bit annoyed with it, so I'm really hoping that it isn't coming through on the mic, and if it is, I can only apologise, because they have not stopped. It is now, I think, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and they're still going. So I'm beginning to get a little bit impatient, but that's something for a totally another time. Right, let's put some roof on this, shall we? So we just hold shift to send it up to whatever level we want. So I'm going to put this all nice and flat. We'll do something like that. There we go. No, I don't think we want to do anything else. So what I might do is put an extra roof on it though, just to make it a little bit more interesting. So let's say if we had this nice round roof like that. So let's just sort of do something kind of like that, I think. And then we'll just link them up like that. Then we can go back to the walls and you have these wall extras. So we should be able to just put these into here like that, which is lovely. And there, and there, and then we can just use the half wall to just fill that in. And doesn't that look lovely? Now then, this is where we can start getting a little bit more interesting with it. So you do have the choices of some wall extras if you do so wish. So I could, for example, put that on there. Have a bit of glass over the top, which looks alright. We could add some extra weird shapes to it if you did so wish. You could put these on the sides somewhere connecting down. You could have some rails coming out of it. Sadly, the rails don't link up very well. I was hoping that you'd be able to like link these, because this one's sort of like curved, and then you had a straight, and then you can obviously flip the curve. So I was hoping they'd all sort of like line up, but they don't really seem to, which is a shame, because it would have been nice to have like little coaster things going around them. But there you go, that's me. So I don't think I'm actually going to add any of them just yet. These are the more important ones, I feel. So these are the ones that you can use to sort of tart up them just a little bit. Now, most of the stuff so far seems to be pirate themed, so pirate themes you can do a little bit more with. But I'm going to try and keep it sort of modern for now. So we've got some aircon units on the back, just to make it look a bit more like a proper building. And then I'm just going to quickly put some other stuff down. So we want to make sure that people understand that it is a bathroom. So if we put these guys on top of here, which for some reason it's let me flip them that way, but I wanted to rotate them the other way. Unfortunately, there's still a lot of the controls that I have not learned yet. Okay, I'll tell you what, we'll just stick them there then. That's fine. That's fine, it works. Now, as we go along, you can make use of this to advertise other rides as well, or other shops. So I can probably make use of a couple of these things to advertise other things, which I like that a lot, because it means you can make extra use of things. But what I'm going to do for now is probably, then again, probably planting the lights might be a bit better later unless I want to use some actual wall ones. So, I mean, we could do something like this. Right. And then we can... I don't think I actually want anything else on here, other than maybe putting some lights at the front. I mean, we could do some more of these. Yeah, let's just put some more on the front here just to make the whole thing the same sort of light. There you go. That looks pretty cool. There's one thing I do like building at night in this game, just because of the fact you can make use of the lights a bit better. But there you go. Right, let's say we wanted to put down... Ooh, what ride will we put down? We'll say we're going to put down the forge. So what I'm going to make use of here is this. Bam. There you go. So I'm going to make use of these sort of like sticks that we put out to actually attach some ride advertisements to. And we'll have the... Ooh, what should we have? The Rocktopus. I like the Rocktopus. The Rocktopus is awesome. There you go. So we'll have some additional sort of advertisements while we're there, and then we can also add some food signs or something maybe outside, which could look quite nice. But nonetheless, that's sort of a very basic toilet. It is very, very, very basic, but it is a toilet nonetheless. So then I can also still carry on now using decorations. So if I did so wish, we could get some more of these lights and put them over like here, and then you could turn them and point them like that. But I actually don't think we need to. It looks kind of fine like that. So what I probably will do though is just add some smaller signs. So if I go to scenery, go to some signs, we can add some food and drink signs. So let's put down That's a bit big. That's a bit more like it. So let's sort of put down this here. So they come out the bathroom, head further into the park. They're immediately going to see that, oh, you can get yourself a milkshake. And they're going to see that you can get yourself some beef. There you go. So we're going to advertise some more shops there. But what we're going to do here, I think, is put a ride down. So we've just advertised the Forge. So I think we'll put down the Forge right behind this, which I think is this one. Yes, it is. So here's the Forge, which looks pretty amazing. Now, we need to first of all add an entrance, which we'll put sort of there. And we'll put an exit round the back here. So we want to start adding a queue. So I think we'll put this... Right, I probably want to reduce how wide this... actually, no, it's probably about wide enough. I will change the colour, though. So we want to sort of bring that out. I want to sort of snake the path just a little bit. Just so that it looks a bit more like a queue, I feel. And then we'll bring it sort of like that. Now we want a ticket booth, which we're going to put there. So there you go, there is the entrance, and then we can just get another path as well, just to bring that back across here. And there you go, that's the exit done as well. So then we can just activate that ride, and now essentially the park is open. At the minute there's just toilets and one ride in there, but the park is open. So you're immediately going to start seeing people coming from over here. There they all are, hordes of them. Which is amazing, which gives us a little bit of time though to try and get this place set up a little bit more. So I'm going to do a bit more of the shops. It'd help if I went into the right tab. So, they're probably going to want a drink. So let's do drinks next. Let's see if we can just sort of... I'm going to put a little small drink shop in this little gap here. Oh, I feel rough. Let's... Ooh, how should we design this one? See, I kind of like doing it, building things in the sandstone, because it means you can make the buildings a little bit more interesting. But I've already planked this down now, so I'll just carry on for now. And we'll make this sort of... We won't make this massive. We'll do this quite small. We'll do something like that. Just a nice little... small little shop. And... we won't bother with archways or anything again. I'll maybe put like a half arch there that I can make use for advertising things again. Just because I kind of like having these little things just warped off them. Now, roof. We won't bother with the flat roof at all this time. We'll go straight into something like this. Yeah, go on. We'll actually put this slightly off. Like that. And then just connect that up. And go back to walls. I wish you could kind of put glass in some of these, that'd be kind of cool. But I think this time, I think we'll keep with the white. So it should be these ones, I do believe. And that should be perfect there, I think. Yes, it is. That'll just go there, and we go all the way around. And I'm going to end up having to put a half arch there just so that it doesn't look quite so weird. I didn't quite think that through, but there you go. I mean, it still doesn't look bad, but I think it will still look better if I just put the half arch there, in all honesty. So just bring that back down to ground level and drop that in there. There we go. That looks better. Right, now, building attachments. Let's just put a door on there, so it actually looks like they have a way into the building. That looks a bit better in my opinion. I like trying to make things actually look like buildings. I know this seems probably really quite sad, but there you go. And let's put a front on the building, just to make it a little bit more interesting. So if we sort of put that like that, there we go. And I don't think there's really much else to do here, unless you want to just put up some, like a window or something up here. Let's put a window slightly off-centre just to be annoying. Right, decorations. Do we want some lights here? We probably do, but again, this is what I was saying before about where I don't like building it in the day, because you can't really see much what's going on, so I'm going to sort of guess and put one there and one there. And I hope that'll be alright. And yeah, I think I'll just leave it at that for now, and we'll just add the actual signs. So we want to put a big old sign on this, first of all. Should we have a big neon? Yeah, let's do something like that. There you go. And then we'll do one more advert for another ride. So we were thinking about, we'll have... What ride... Tell you what, let's just say that we're done for now. What other rides are there? Ooh... I do like Sunflare. I like Sunflare just because of the verticality of it, so maybe we'll do that. So you can just click the building again, you can duplicate it, move it, whatever you want to do, but for now we're just going to edit it. And we shall add a sign for the Sunflare. So we're going to advertise this to people while they're right here. So there we go. I know it looks a bit strange, but eventually these things are going to become quite important. People have nearly got here, but they didn't hit the toilet, so it's fine. Right, so there's another little building done. So let's say now we wanted to add... We'll add our Sunflare. We'll sort of bring it over here somewhere. And... yep. So we can place the entrance, which we'll put sort of there, so we can link it up to here. We'll put the exit just here, because it can just connect straight up to the exit of that one. So let's add our queue. So we'll sort of snake this around just a little bit. Not too much, just a little. Just to make it a good size. Like, probably just up to there, in all honesty, because then we can add the ticket booth. Which I want to turn just a bit. That's a bit better. And then we just need to add our exit. What? No. There we go. There we go. And the ride's going as well. So there you go, there's another one which adds this lovely huge thing to it, which is kind of cool. Right. I could probably link that path up somewhere, but for now, I might just put it to another shop, in honesty, or something else there. Right. Now we've got that, we have our first few rides. So, should we add another shop now, I feel? But what we might start doing now is try and make it a little bit more themed. Just a little. So let's say we were going to start moving into a pirate section. Because there's a lot of pirate stuff, so I can do a little bit more with this. So we're going to immediately start it off with a pirate themed shop. Okay, so we want to link that somewhere there. So we've got a pirate themed food shop. So now we have the choices. So we're going to try and make some sort of big pirate themed keep. So we're going to make it quite big, I think. We'll do sort of that sort of shape. And then we'll also build this around here to make it sizable. And then we want to go back to buttresses again. Like that. And then again, sort of round that off. Like that. We can go back to the archway. And you got that. So you can do a little bit more with these sort of shapes, I feel. Makes them a bit more interesting. Now then, we could send it up another level if we did so wish. There's nothing stopping us doing that, but for now I'm not going to bother. I will keep this fairly simple where I can. And then maybe another day we'll do something a bit more complicated. But for now I'm going to keep it very, very simple. I'm in love with the building on this. I really am. It's so much fun. It will be nice when they start adding some more features, because I say at the minute certain pieces feel like they've got a lot more to them. So like for example this sandstone, it already feels like there's just more going on with it. Just simply because of the fact that there's just a little, because you can make like these rounded buildings that you can't do with some of the others. So the very white, sort of like modern buildings, they're very square and flat, and whereas these, as I say, you can, because you can make them rounded and do all this other kind of stuff, it makes them a little bit more interesting. Wall extras. I don't know if we actually want any of these, because again, this is the one problem where it suddenly turns into this building doesn't have these features because they're all based a lot on the white buildings. So I suppose you would use these to actually make them a little bit more interesting shapes. I suppose that's probably the idea. Now, let's see if we wanted to get a pirate awning over the top of this, like that. Right, we want to pirate this up. So let's say we put, right, first of all let's get some pirate flags on here because it's only right. So we'll put some over here, we'll put one over there. We want to get a skull and crossbones in here somewhere. We'll put it on the wall like that. We want to get some cannons in there, firing off at the crowds. What else do we want? Do we want a mast on the top of it? You know what, why not? Let's just put a mast on the top of it because. Just because. Get some netting on here. We can have some cross swords somewhere, if you did so wish. For now I'm going to leave it. We'll put that sort of there. So just also to make it a little bit more themed. I'm not going to go mental with this. I'm going to probably leave this fairly simple, and then we'll just put a little tavern sign on there, I think. Something like that. So it keeps it fairly simple. I could maybe add some lights to it later. So let's say that's done for now. So now we want to probably start putting down some more piratey themed things. So there's nothing stopping me now going into like scenery and starting to add props. So we could start putting down like broken shipwrecks, if you did so wish, that I can partially sink into the floor. So we could sort of have that sort of sunk into the floor like that, just there. And then you could... oh, what else do we want? Pirate munitions, we could have that sort of here somewhere. And then we can drop some cannons down, aiming at people as they come by. So you just start to tart this place up just a little bit more, make it even more themed. We can have an arch as they come into the place that's classed as a pirate section. They walk through an archway there, which is pretty cool. Now once you've done that, you could start putting down more rides themed at this. So obviously there is rides such as the old Victory ship. So we could put right next to this, we could put a pirate ship based ride. So we want the entrance sort of probably quite close, and then we'll have the exit sort of over here maybe. So we want to just sort of bring that around, just make it snake just a little bit. Just so it gives them a bit of space to queue. And then I should be able to add the ticket booth there now, in hope. Ooh. There you go. And we'll just quickly connect our exit. And that can just sort of link up to there. and now we can turn that ride on. So now it's going to be a little bit more appealing to people because of that. I don't actually know if this is actually in the alpha as of yet, whether that's like a big thing. But I know that when they first advertised this, that was the major idea, is that you would be able to advertise to people, and then if it's themed, they're going to be more interested in, like, if they're in the pirate area, they want to go on pirate themed rides. So it's pretty cool what you can do in the alpha at the minute. There's not a crazy amount of content in it yet, but it is only phase 1. In phase 2, they're going to be adding all the terrain tools and the actual building of coasters. As I say, you can build coasters now, but they're not happy with it enough for it to release it yet, so I kind of don't want to look at it until they think that it's ready to look at it. I've had a very quick nose. In fact, I'll tell you what we can do. I'll try and do this real quick, so let's just quickly save that for whatever. 2, sure. And then we will go, because there is a park that is already built that has a roller coaster in it. I think it's that one.
Hey.
If I remember rightly, this is only thing it has is a roller coaster in it, and then lots of pirate themed decoration. But these are pretty cool. These ones that are like half built, so that you can just sort of jump in and then start editing them a little bit more. But it gives you an idea of what you can do with the actual roller coaster tool. So yeah, here you go. This has got a roller coaster in it, so we can actually go into a camera ride and watch this. So we can go from... For some reason it's deciding to not do this properly. There we go. I've managed to grab a person so we can actually go from there first person. So you can actually enjoy the roller coaster. But as I said, I've had a very quick go with the roller coaster as it is, and it's fairly simple to use. It's quite good fun. But I'll wait till they think that it's ready before I take a more in-depth look at it, because they might add some more things that change it. Woo! But I like the fact they've put this all around this like pirate themed castle, which I'll quickly show you in a minute, because it just shows you actually how much power you've got when you're with the whole modular building. And then obviously you can see where they've made use of the terrain tools as well, which unfortunately we don't have access to yet. But I'm looking forward to when they actually do put those in, because it'll be pretty cool to actually like put paths going through under all these like archways of stone and all that kind of awesome, just I don't know, I think it's going to be cool. Just means you'll be able to make use of it for building these roller coasters as well, because there's nothing worse with roller coasters when you've got the huge towers going down supporting it. So like you've got the massive ones up there. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of these because they look kind of strange, whereas the ones that kind of, as they're going around rock and stuff, you can see where they've sort of built the rock up with it, so it's not quite as so daunting. I prefer those. But you can see here what you can actually do with some of the decorations. Here you've got this awesome castle that they've built over like this stone archway, and it's very cool. The old pirate up there and things like that as well. It's very cool. I'm loving it a lot. Planet Coaster is pretty damn cool right now, and I am looking forward to playing it a hell of a lot more. I can't wait for them to bring out Phase 2, and then any phase further on. They've already announced Phase 3 as well, but there's no set dates for it yet, and they're looking at doing sort of like monthly updates so they can put like decent chunks of content in at a time. But obviously they will patch things if there's anything like urgently fixing, if it's game breaking and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, this has been a very, very quick look at Planet Coaster. I am loving it. I still believe you can buy the early bird access if you wanted to play it for yourself right now. Up to you whether you do or not though, because it's quite expensive. I think it's about £50, I think. I mean, I paid for it, so I'm pretty sure I paid $50 to play this, because it's a game I've been watching for months, because I just love it. But I'm pretty sure like just getting access to the game for like when it comes out is like £20. So it's whatever your regional equivalent is. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to stop rambling on and we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much. This has been Planet Coaster. You can follow them on Twitter or check out their actual webpage if you want to go and look at it a bit more yourself. I don't think it's going to be coming out for Steam straight away. I think they're going to do what they did with Elite Dangerous, where they release it later on, because at the minute there's no details as towards the Steam. So I won't be putting a Steam link in. I'll probably put a link to the website in the description. So if you want to go down there, you can go straight over to the website and look for yourself. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully, I will see you soon. Bye-bye.